This is my favorite thing to make all summer. And it's one of those dishes you can only make once a year, simply because it relies on good tomatoes. I'm talking about the classic Spanish dish, pan con tomate, or bread with tomato. And it's just as simple as it sounds. Starting by grating a beautifully ripe heirloom tomato, toasting off some crusty bread, seasoning with olive oil, salt, and pepper. You can be generous here with the salt. And don't forget to taste your work as you go. Always make sure you have supervision when working with a hot pan, and immediately rubbing that crusty bread with a cut piece of raw garlic. Now, it may not seem like the garlic's doing much, but trust me, it's the perfect amount. Spoon on your marinated tomato mixture and enjoy this immediately. It's quite magical how 3 simple ingredients can transform into an explosion of flavors and textures that you'll be thinking about all year long. I've said it before and I'll say it again. A hot dog is a sandwich. But I'll tell you what, that's not what this video is about. This is an episode of Willa Focaccia, and today is about hot diggity dogs.
Just grab the best pickles in the entire universe, grill those, and put them in your dough.
And then grab the best American cheese in the entire universe and put it in your dough. The rest of this is pretty standard. After we proof, drizzle of grapeseed oil, and a moment of silence for dimpling. Just in case there was any question of what was on the inside, I'm topping it with more pickles, cheese, and hot dogs. And here's where it would have gotten easy to get carried away with the condiments. But an experienced chef is very mindful. They're able to show restraint. And now, you've made it in the series this far. I know you've all been waiting to see the crumb shot.
Oh, she's big. Oh no, we lost Weenie down.
Wow. I mean, it looks better than I thought it would.
Yeah, honestly, I want to eat this right now. Right now.
Hey, isn't that Chef Joe Sasto?
Yes, don't look at him. Do not look at him. He's gonna try to sell us Tontos.
Have you guys tried Tontos yet? You get them on Amazon and eattontos.com. We've all heard of spatchcocking a chicken, but what about butterflying the drumsticks? This is a great little technique to pull out because it's still summer and we're all still firing up the grill. Using a sharp knife and a sturdy cutting board, take a drumstick, slice to the bone along both sides, opening it up. At this point, you can season or marinate your chicken however you like. I myself am a big fan of buffalo, so I'm just amping that up with some garlic powder and extra spice. Now, since it's summertime and we're grilling and chilling, I cannot help but utilize some of the bounty from the farmer's market. Charring off some peppers and peaches, and charring those drumsticks. When you start with a good ingredient, you usually just need olive oil, salt, and pepper. This butterfly technique allows the chicken to cook faster, become crispier, and exposes more surface area. The one thing to be mindful of is it can dry out, so just be careful. I'm finishing off this place with some lemon zest, dill, and Greek yogurt. I feel like this is one of those recipes that I should gatekeep. But you know what? I'm not going to do that to you. I'm making a bit of a riff on the traditional tortellini filling, and honestly, I hate the word traditional, because traditions change, and what you do every day could be different than what I do every day. And that doesn't make either one of us any less traditional. It's pumpkin spice season, motherfucker. Welcome back to Will It Focaccia, episode 42. Since it's basically Halloween already, I figured this is the perfect time to see if pumpkin spice will focaccia. I'm a man of the people. I'm going to use canned puree for this one, not because I don't know how to make my own puree, but simply because I'm lazy. I'll tell you this, if Kate had her own world, everything would be nonsense, including eating and drinking pumpkin spice everything all year long. Once you stuff, shape, fold, and close your focaccia diaper, go ahead and round that off and set it into a 7-inch round for proofing. Meanwhile, I'm going to get started on my pumpkin spice filling. This little technique was inspired by Lace Bake's Will It Focaccia series. Whipping together a few of my favorite things, plenty of brown sugar, vanilla, mascarpone cheese, and pumpkin filling. Handy little trick when you're filling your piping bags is to let centrifugal force push all of that down to the bottom of the bag and leave the top nice and clean. And now we take a moment of silence for my favorite part, the dimpling. Now, once things are baked and cooled, we go ahead and stuff our focaccia, glaze it over the top, and now the last thing left to do is cut into it and give you the crumb shot. Tito, watch out! Huilacoche corn. It's like cacio pepe. It's a little different. Sometimes you need to eat an entire cucumber. Let me show you the best way to do it. Start by slicing your entire cucumber on a mandolin. Next, I'm going to add some pickled jalapeno juice. And maybe some pickled jalapenos. Some shallot or red onion. I'm going to grate in a whole clove of garlic, a little bit of lime zest, and the juice. I'm going to use a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, MSG, obviously. And I like a little greenery for the scenery, so this is some chopped cilantro. We're just going to give this a really good shake. Now, for my favorite part, get yourself a bag of your favorite protein chips. Shout out to the homies at Quest for this one. These are loaded taco flavor. We're gonna open this up. And we're just gonna put this in here. Give that a good mix. And that's it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to need someone to tell me if what I did here was illegal. I'll take you back to the beginning. It started pretty innocently, if you ask me. Lots of good olive oil and some thick slices of pepperoni, which I griddled off into these beautiful little pepperoni cups. Now, as a side note, does everyone else feel the same way I do about pepperoni? I cook off twice as much as I need because I know I'm going to eat half of it before it gets on the plate. Then I griddle the pita and the pepperoni fat. Now, this is where things got a little wild. I had some leftover buttered chicken, and believe it or not, I was craving pizza. Inspired my friends at Pizza Palace in LA. If you haven't been, add it to your list, just trust me. Melted pepper jack cheese, chopped cilantro, and, well...